Hello. Kevin Epps here, Digital Brilliance Hour with another tutorial. In this quick lesson, we're going to go over how to debug your code, which means how to figure out what might be going on with your game, how to look through some of your logs, some of the different tools that kind of give you an idea of what might be breaking your game. So that's what we're going to do now. So in our demo that we have for the DBH package, I've included some broken code inside of the game. I already know where it is, but we're gonna load the game up. It's gonna produce an error, and we're gonna try to figure out where that error is by using the different tools that we have access to. So first off, just going to go ahead and try to load it up. I have OpenBORStats open. I also have Sublime Text open. You're going to need both of these open. All right, so let's go ahead and open it up. All right, so we see it opening up here. You see loading, then all of a sudden it closes. So you don't know what's going on, why it's closing, and when you need to figure out why. You don't know what's happening. You've received this game for the very first time. You loaded it. What in the world happened? So first place to go is in your logs. And what I'll do, I'll just close these folders here so you know how to get to it. But it's in, at least from our repository, it will be in build, data, actually build, then logs. So build, logs, all of this is in the same level as your packs file, your OpenBOR.exe file, your data folder, packs folder, saves, screenshot. So it's in the same folder. So you would go into logs, and there's a file called OpenBOR log.txt. Let's double click and open that up. Now we have it open. And if we scroll down here, you can see actually what it's doing as you are going through, as it is going through the game and loading everything up. So, you know, it's telling you how much RAM you have, how much free RAM, how much is being used, what OpenBOR build you actually have. I'm using version 3.0. Game selected is the pack folder, pack file that's inside of the pack folder, along with your data folder. Reading the video settings from the video.txt file. All modules are being displayed in 32-bit. So it's loading all this stuff, caching in all these different models that are included in the models.txt file. So it's caching in all of this to actually start loading, because it has to cache it first to load it. So caching it in the background. So we're going, and hey, Kula, for some reason, we started loading up Kula, and then all of a sudden we see a script compile error. And it's telling me that can't find the function called handstand. And based on the intro to coding, you should have an idea what a function is. A function is a group of text that houses a bunch of logic to either take in data or output data, one of the two, right? So there's a function being called inside of Kula that won't allow the code for Kula to compile. So it's trying to compile this code, so it can't compile script Kula. Characters Kula / Kula.txt. So the Kula object model. So let's go ahead and open this up. I have the project loaded up already in OpenBORStats, and let's look at the Kula model. Kula is one of the players, so we're just going to go ahead and go to Kula here. So upon first opening up, I'm not seeing anything here. I'm not seeing any issues, not seeing anything called handstand or anything. So just gonna go down. If we look in attack 1, for some reason, remember ampersand command calls a function, a declared function. There's a command trying to call a function called handstand. This is one way you can go about finding this error. So this is the issue right here. But I'm also going to show you a different way to go about it as well. So if you open up Sublime Text here, and I have the project loaded up in Sublime Text, another way to at least start trying to figure out what's going on. This is maybe a even slightly smarter way of going about it, is going to find, then you can find in files. So this is going to search through all these files inside of this project that's loaded up. And we're going to try to find handstand. Because for some reason, something called handstand is being called from somewhere in the code. So let's search and see where it might be called from. And so we click on find. And as you can see, it's also showing that ampersand command handstand is being shown for the animation type of attack 1. And so it also shows it here, and then I can just double click on where it found it. I'll show it again. Just double click on actual handstand here, or the result, and it'll just open up the actual file that is the same as this, same as OpenBORStats. So we'll see it here, which is also here. But in our case, I'm just going to go ahead and delete it using OpenBORStats. But I at least wanted you to see the two options that you could use. Go ahead and delete. Let's save it. Then I'm going to run it again. All right, load it up. And we're seeing the game now. So everything is looking good. Everything's looking good. I'll make sure to play as her. I have some debugging tools on, turned on. So that's why you see the blue line and stuff. You have, actually, let me just show you that as well. So while I have this open, if you pause and hit F12, this will take you to the same option menu that you have in your main menu, in your front menu, title menu. And so if we go to system options, you also have some debug settings that you can turn on here. So you could turn on, right now I have the collision box, which is the attack box here. I have that turned on, and I'll show you what happens. I have the body box turned on, and I have the collision or body box for the entity turned on. You can also have the range turned on. You can show the position, performance of the overall stage and game, and features. So let's just turn all that on. Go back to continue. So now you'll see the range of Kula here. When she attacks, you can see the attack box around the fist. If you jump, you can see the collision box, and then if I do a jump attack, you see the attack box on her foot. You can see where she is listed in accordance to the background. All right, showing you how many sprites are loaded on the screen, the different RAM, how much RAM being used, the fields per second being used. Right now I'm at like 200, between 200, 250. So yeah, so this is definitely a good tool to use even inside the game. We'll go ahead and turn a lot of this off. So debug, turn that off, turn that on, just turn all these off. All right, so it's all turned off now. So this is definitely a good tool to use when trying to figure out what's going on. If you are trying to punch somebody and it's not connecting, you know, this is a perfect tool to use when just trying to figure things out in the game. So this is how you debug and figure things out. So if you have any questions, again, just let me know. Put it in the comments or in the chat. Again, this is Kevin. Stay brilliant, stay blessed. Peace. We hope you're learning what you can from these free tutorials. Again, if you feel you need more in-depth or extensive services or extra help with learning and getting the most out of this and don't want to wait on the videos, please feel free to join our DBH community for only $5. That doesn't mean you can't ask questions on here though. So if you have any comments or questions, please feel free to post those. Like and share this playlist for those who may need it. At the end of the day, we just want to help people build their engineering and coding skills to be efficient wherever they want to go. I'm Kevin. Appreciate you watching and be brilliant. Peace.